Randall Mamo was a successful businessman. His wife, Sydney, was a dedicated homemaker, and Sydney's daughter from a previous marriage, Celeste, lived with them in a sprawling suburban home. To their neighbors, the Mamos were the perfect family, wealthy, attractive, and seemingly happy. But beneath the polished exterior of manicured lawns and elegant dinner parties, a dark undercurrent was forming, one that would pull this family into a vortex of betrayal, taboo desire, and devastating violence. What began as a quiet, unhappy marriage would spiral into a shocking scandal that shattered lives beyond repair. Randall and Sydney's love story began like many others. They met at a charity gala in Philadelphia in the spring of 2010. Randall was 35, a rising star in finance, confident and charismatic. Sydney, 32, was a divorced interior designer raising a young daughter. Their courtship was fast and glamorous. Within 6 months, Randall proposed with a diamond ring that became the envy of their social circle. Their wedding at the prestigious Rittenhouse Hotel was the event of the season. 7-year-old Celeste served as a flower girl, smiling brightly as her mother married a man who would become her stepfather. For a while, life seemed perfect. Randall's career soared. Sydney embraced her role as the ideal corporate wife, hosting dinners and charity events. Celeste attended elite schools and enjoyed extravagant vacations. But as the years passed, cracks began to show. Randall worked longer hours and traveled constantly. Sydney, who had given up her career to support him, began to feel isolated in their large, quiet home. Attempts to reconnect were met with indifference. Conversations turned cold and transactional. By the time Celeste entered high school, the marriage existed mostly for appearances. Separate bedrooms, polite smiles, no intimacy. Neither Randall nor Sydney wanted a divorce. The lifestyle, the image, and fear of scandal kept them trapped. Then everything changed. As Celeste grew older, she transformed into a striking young woman, graceful like her mother and spirited like her biological father. Her relationship with Sydney remained close, though often strained by Sydney's overprotectiveness. Randall, once a doting stepfather, had grown distant over the years. But during Celeste's senior year of high school, his attention returned, and this time it felt different. He attended her performances, asked about her future, and offered advice about college and careers. Sydney initially welcomed this, hoping it might heal the family. But soon, she sensed something was wrong. Lingering glances, conversations that stopped when she entered the room, a tension she couldn't quite explain. Celeste felt it too. Randall's attention made her feel seen and valued. She sought his company more often, dressing carefully when he was home, finding excuses to talk late into the night. The house grew heavy with unspoken emotions. The line between appropriate and forbidden was crossed on a rainy night in April, just weeks before Celeste's graduation. Sydney was out of town for a charity event, leaving Randall and Celeste alone. They watched a movie, sharing a bottle of wine. In the charged atmosphere, inhibitions faded. Celeste confessed her feelings. Randall, lonely and reckless, responded in kind. By morning, shame and confusion set in. They promised it would never happen again. But it did. What followed was a secret affair fueled by guilt and obsession. Stolen glances turned into stolen moments. Text messages, hidden meetings, lies layered upon lies. They told themselves it was love. That Celeste was an adult. That Sydney had pushed Randall away long ago. As Celeste left for college, the affair intensified. Randall invented business trips. Celeste made excuses to come home. They met in motels and parked cars, anywhere they thought they wouldn't be seen. Randall seemed rejuvenated. Colleagues noticed his energy and assumed a midlife crisis affair. Celeste, meanwhile, grew isolated, unable to form normal relationships while trapped in a secret that consumed her. There were close calls. Sydney nearly walked in on them once. A college roommate spotted Randall leaving Celeste's dorm room. Still, they believed they were untouchable. They even whispered about a future together. Divorce, a new life, a fantasy built on denial. But the lies began to unravel. Sydney noticed financial discrepancies, strange expenses, withdrawals that didn't add up. Then came the comment from her friend Beatrice. who casually mentioned seeing Randall and Celeste together at a cafe when they were supposed to be elsewhere. The seed of suspicion took root. The day everything collapsed began like any other. A warm June morning, a canceled lunch, an unexpected free afternoon. On impulse, Sydney decided to surprise Randall at his office. He wasn't there. His assistant mentioned a family emergency. Sydney's heart sank. There was no emergency. Hands shaking, she opened a tracking app she had installed weeks earlier. Randall's location pulsed on the screen. A motel on the outskirts of town. She drove there in a daze. Randall's car was in the parking lot. Then Celeste arrived. Sydney watched as her daughter hurried into a motel room and disappeared inside. Moments later, Sydney stood outside that same door, listening to muffled laughter. With trembling hands, she knocked. Randall opened the door. The truth was undeniable. Inside the room, emotions exploded. Accusations flew. Celeste begged her mother to understand. Randall insisted it was love. As the argument escalated, Sydney noticed Randall moving toward the bedside table. She saw the gun. Fear took over. She lunged. Celeste tried to intervene. A single gunshot shattered the room. Celeste collapsed. Chaos followed. Sirens. Paramedics. Police lights washing the motel in red and blue. Celeste survived, barely. Detective Liam Donovan led the investigation. What first looked like a tragic accident unraveled into something far darker. Phone records, financial trails, hotel receipts, and text messages exposed a year-long affair. A carefully hidden betrayal. The district attorney charged both Randall and Sydney. In the end, Randall accepted a plea deal, receiving 10 years in prison. Sydney walked free, but forever changed. The family home was sold. Lives scattered. Relationships broken beyond repair. Celeste withdrew from college and entered intensive therapy, left to untangle love, trauma, and betrayal far too heavy for anyone so young. The Marmo case faded from headlines, but its impact lingered. A reminder that behind even the most perfect facades can lie secrets capable of destroying everything. If this twisted story left you on edge, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Our next video dives into another shocking case of love, betrayal, and a crime that will stay with you long after the screen fades to black.